Since 2018, classic Doctor Who seasons have been released on Blu-ray in a series of Blu-ray releases known as Doctor Who: The Collection. So far, a total of 7 seasons have been released between July 2018 and May 2020, with 2 more seasons due to be released later in 2021. So with Season 8 coming out in just under a month's time, and with Season 24 recently being announced to follow, and inspired by Alex Patterson's video in April 2019, and before you say anything, yes, he did do an updated version at the start of February 2021, I thought I would do my own video speculating about which season box sets would come out after Season 24, when they would come out, and what would be the best order, at least from my point of view. Looks like it's been snowing, everybody. Well, the 10th Doctor will be happy about this, won't he? So before I start speculating about what seasons I think are coming out and when, let's have a quick reminder of what seasons have already been released and which seasons have already been confirmed to be coming out but haven't been released yet. So we start off with the first box set, which is Season 12, the first season with the 4th Doctor. In America, these releases were known as the collection, actor name, the complete whatever season that was. For example, Season 12 was known as Tom Baker, the complete first season. For clarity's sake, we'll just do the overall season number and reference which Doctor's season it is. Season 12 was originally released in July 2018, with second editions being released in March 2020 due to the popularity and success of the sales of this box set, and it eventually running out pretty quickly. This particular box set is a second edition, as you can see at the bottom, and it's because of the success of the Season 12 box set is that further seasons were released. The second, of course, released in December 2018, was Season 19, the first season with the 5th Doctor. The third box set to be released, which was in March 2019, was Season 18, which is Tom Baker's 7th and final season, and along with Season 19, this makes the first back-to-back season releases. The fourth release in July 2019 was Season 10, which is the 3rd Doctor's 4th season, and the first season not to be the first or last of a Doctor's era. In October 2019, the 5th box set was released, and it was Season 23, aka The Trial of a Time Lord, the second and final season for the 6th Doctor. Following that, in January 2020, was the 6th box set, Season 26, which is the 3rd and final season for the 7th Doctor. Now, all of the Doctors from the 3rd to the 7th Doctors have had at least one Blu-ray box set released. The 7th box set, and the most recent to be released at time of recording, was Season 14, the 3rd season for the 4th Doctor. This was released in May 2020. After that, the releases went on hold due to the COVID-19 pandemic. However, in November 2020, it was announced that the 8th release, which would be released in February, now pushed back to March 2021, would be Season 8, the second season for the 3rd Doctor, and quite recently at the end of January 2021, it was announced that Season 24 would follow Season 8 sometime later in 2021 and would be the 9th release of the collection season. This season is the first season with the 7th Doctor. This gives us a total of 17 box sets to be released if they are going to release all 26 seasons. So let's get speculating. Okay, first of all, I'm predicting that Season 24 will come out either in June or July 2021. It'll be a mid to late spring, early summer 2021 release. And I'm predicting there will be 4 releases a year, depending on COVID-19 for the earlier years, 2021, 2022. As well as other release schedules and stuff, but I'm going to predict 4 box sets a year, so Seasons 8 and 24 will be the first and second box sets of 2021 respectively. Now onto the predicted box sets, and I've got a list here, starting with the 3rd predicted box set of 2021 and the 10th overall. Now this season has been rumoured since December 2018, and that is Season 17, which is the 4th Doctor's 6th season, and I'm predicting its release in September or October 2021. However, there is a roadblock for this season, and that is if they want to go and film in Paris for any of their bonus features. Due to travel restrictions, they might not be able to film just yet, unless they've already done it. In which case, Season 17 might be pushed back to 2022. In its place would be Season 16, which would be the fifth box set of the Fourth Doctor's era. Both of these are seasons of the Fourth Doctor's era produced by Graham Williams, and after two Fourth Doctor seasons produced by Philip Hinchcliffe and Barry Letts in the first one, and one season produced by John Nathan Turner, I think it's time for a Graham Williams produced season from the Fourth Doctor's era to come out, and season 17 has been rumoured since December 2018. However, with the restrictions of perhaps filming abroad during COVID-19, this season might be delayed to 2022, which means season 16 would take its place. So, whilst I am predicting season 17 as the primary release for September-October 2021, there is the possibility of it being swapped out for season 16. The same could be said for the fourth and final release of 2021 and the 11th overall. Another season that's recently been predicted since the summer of 2020, to be precise, season 20, the second season with the Fifth Doctor. This is due to Janet Fielding tweeting out a photo of her, Peter Davison, and Sarah Sutton on location in Amsterdam, where it was speculated they were filming extras for Arc of Infinity, which will be in season 20's box set. Again, due to COVID-19, travel restrictions may delay this release. However, I believe this extra has already been done, so I think season 20 is likely to be released in 2021 or at the start of 2022. I put the month of December 2021 down, but it could easily be delayed into January 22. The reason I'm putting season 20 as the 11th release instead of the 10th is because they'll likely want to get a Fourth Doctor release in 2021. They have a Fourth Doctor box set every year, as we see in 2018 with season 12, 2019 with season 18, and 2020 with season 14. So they'll want a Fourth Doctor release in 2021. That's why I think the 10th box set will be a Fourth Doctor season. Primarily season 17, but if that has to be delayed, then season 16. Which means the 11th box set will be season 20. Unless that gets pushed back, in which case my secondary backup swap around one would be season 21, which also covers the Fifth Doctor's era. That's his third season, and also has a tiny bit of the Sixth Doctor's era, which would then make up for the big gap between the two Sixth Doctor box sets. We now move to 2022, and I think the first release of 2022, and the 12th overall, will be season 11. Season 11, of course, is also the fifth season for the Third Doctor, which would be released in February or March 2022. The reason I'm putting season 11 down is that it'll likely be doing Third Doctor box sets either every year or every other year from this year, 2021 onwards. Mainly because after the Fourth Doctor, he's got the most number of seasons of the classic Doctors, and in fact the Doctors all together, to be honest. I believe season 11 to be the most likely to be released in 2022, because I think they'll save season 7 for 2023, and the same for season 13 with the Fourth Doctor, as 2023 is the 60th anniversary season. They want some special, popular, fan favourite seasons out that year. And season 11 is easier to restore than season 7, 8, and 9, which is probably why season 10 went first of the Third Doctor box sets. It was one of the easier ones to restore for Blu-ray. So, with that in mind, I think season 9 will be the last Third Doctor box set to be released. So, season 11 would be the 2022 Third Doctor box set. Moving on to the second release of 2022, and the 13th overall, would be season 16, which is the fifth season for the Fourth Doctor. As I already mentioned, that season might actually come out in 2021 if season 17 has to be pushed back if season 17 is not released in 2021. In that case, season 17 would then come here. So that's the backup. If season 16 has to be moved forward, season 17 would be moved back, and then they'd swap with each other. But for my main prediction list, 16 would go here, and 17, as I mentioned, would go in 2021. I predict season 16, or 17 if they have to be swapped around, would be released in May or June 2022. Following this, the third box set of 2022, and the 14th overall, would be season 22, the first season for the Sixth Doctor, and would be released in August or September. Now, I already mentioned that season 20 might be pushed back from its late 2021 release if they weren't able to get it out by then, and that season 21 would take its place. If season 20 had to be pushed back, then this is where I would predict it would be pushed back to, and season 22 would be pushed back to where I've placed season 21 on my list, which we'll get to when we get to 2023. But the primary season being released in this slot is season 22. This would then complete the Colin Baker 6th Doctor seasons minus the Twin Dilemma, which would be released on season 21. And if season 21 was already released, then the 5th Doctor's era would be complete by now. The 4th and final box set of 2022 and the 15th overall would be our first 1960s season, Season 5, which would be released in November-December. Now, the reason I think Season 5 will be the first 60s season to come out is that it's likely to be the first one to be completed with the animated stories. At time recording, The Tomb of the Cybermen and The Enemy of the World are complete with all episodes surviving. The Ice Warriors has 2 animated episodes completing that story for release. The Web of Fear is also complete thanks to reconstruction of its missing episodes, as well as an upcoming animated version of that episode. Fury from the Deep has been completely animated, and The Abominable Snowmen is rumoured to be one of the upcoming animated projects, which has 1 surviving episode, so they will animate all of the episodes, including the surviving episode. The same would be said for The Wheel in Space, which has not yet been rumoured or confirmed to be coming up soon, but is a possibility and is possibly the most likely second Doctor's one to be done after The Abominable Snowmen. Evil the Daleks has been rumoured to be going first, and then Abominable Snowmen. So then after that, the option is the Highlanders, The Wheel in Space, and the Space Pirates. With the Highlanders having quite a lot of tartan, so it'd be difficult for the animators, and the Space Pirates not being a popular story amongst the fans. And if they don't want to go to William Hartnell stories just yet, then the Wheel in Space is probably the one they'll do after The Abominable Snowmen, if these rumours are true. Which means Season 5 would then be complete, with all 7 stories completed one way or another, which then means Season 5 would probably be the earliest season to be released. And I've placed it at the end of 2022 because if rumours are true, Evil and Abominable could be released in 2021 or 2021 and start of 2022, and this could allow The Wheel in Space to be animated in 2022. And if that comes out in the first 9 months of 2022, then I think a Season 5 box set is likely for one of the last 2 or 3 months of the year. So that is why I'm predicting Season 5 for the end of 2022. However, if Season 5 has to be delayed until 2023 for these same reasons, then the second 7th Doctor season, Season 25, would take its place. Actually, think about it, 3 out of the 4 season box sets coming out in 2022 are all subject to swap around with other seasons. 16 with 17, 22 with 20, and 5 with 25. Only Season 11 I would put down as a definitive release, but the other ones are subject to swap round. But I'm putting 16, 22, and 5 down as the predicted ones for this year. Oh, I just realised something about Season 5. If it is released in 2022 or 2023, then that would follow the trend of The Tomb of the Cybermen being released every year, ending with a 2, on some sort of home media format. It was released on VHS in 1992 or the end of 1991. It was released on DVD in 2002. It was released on Special Edition DVD as part of the Revisitations 3 box set in 2012. So by my predictions, as part of the collection Season 5, it will be released on Blu-ray in 2022 or 2023. Good timing. And now we come to the 60th anniversary year, 2023. And like with Alex Patterson in his first speculation video, I think there will be 5 releases in 2023. I did initially like the idea of having a box set for every Doctor released in 2023. Actually there would be 6 box sets because 2 of them would have 2 Doctors sharing. But I don't think that will be realistic. I think there will be 5 maximum. Heck, they're even having trouble getting 4 out. I think more than 4 box sets a year would be a bit of a stretch, except for 2023 because it's the 60th anniversary season, so they might be able to get 5 box sets out in that year. However, one might be delayed to 2024, 2025. If not. So we kickstart 2023 with our annual 3rd Doctor release, annual 3rd Doctor since 2021, and we start off with Season 7, which would likely come out in February or March. As I mentioned when I was talking about Season 11, I think they'll save Season 7 for this 60th anniversary year because it is one of the most popular seasons of Classic Who, so the 3rd Doctor's first season would likely be released in the 60th anniversary year. It's also more difficult to restore season like Seasons 8 and 9, so that's why it will also be one of the later ones released. So Season 7 will be the first release of 2023 and the 16th overall. The 17th overall and the second from 2023 will be our annual 4th Doctor box set, Season 13, again for the same reasons. It is a fan favourite, popular season, and they've already done 2 Philip Hinchcliffe seasons already, so they have to have some Graham Williams ones done first before they do the last Philip Hinchcliffe season, and once seasons 16 and 17 are done, so I think the second 4th Doctor season will be his penultimate box set release, and this will come out in April or May of 2023. Moving on to the third release of the year, and the 18th overall, would be Season 21. Season 21 is, of course, the third and final season for the 5th Doctor. This season would allow the 5th and 6th Doctor to have a box set in 2023, and is close to having the All Doctors having a box set released in 2023 idea that I liked. A bit like how the DVDs had one DVD per Doctor in 2003 for the 40th anniversary. As I mentioned earlier, Season 21 might take Season 20's spot at the end of 2021 if Season 20 has to be delayed, which I then said would be to August-September 2022, which was taken by Season 22 in my main predictions. So if Season 21 does get released at the end of 2021, and 20 in 2022, then Season 22 would have this spot in spring-summer 2023. Either way, both 5th and 6th Doctors should have all of their box sets released by this release. Following this in August-September of 2023 would be the second 7th Doctor season, Season 25. As I already mentioned when I was talking about Season 5, if that season has to be delayed to 2023, 25 would then take its spot, and Season 5 would then go here. However, if that doesn't happen, if they all go as planned, then Season 25 would be released here, and it'd be just ahead of the season's 35th anniversary. This also then completes the 7th Doctor seasons, and I actually predicted that this would be the last one. Before Season 24 was announced, I predicted this would be the last of the 7th Doctor seasons. They started with 26, which is the most popular, then they do 24 first, which is the least popular, and then they would end on 25. Most people suspected they'd go 26, 25, 24, so they go back in popularity, but I thought they would end with 25, the middle ground one, so they do the best one first, the least popular one second, and then the one in the middle third. So I actually predicted that. So even if any of these predictions don't turn out right, I'm at least calling that pre-season 24 announcement prediction for the 7th Doctor releases. Season 25 would be the 4th release of the year and the 19th overall. And now on to the 20th release and the 5th and final of the year. And this is probably the most special and important season, and is, out of all of these seasons, is the season that I think should remain in its spot. Any of the other seasons can swap around, but this season has to be in the November-December 2023 release spot. And this is, of course, the 1st Doctor's first season, Season 1. Now, of course, it's the 60th anniversary of Season 1 in November 2023. That is why this season has to come out in late 2023. It would make a very special release for the end of 2023. Oh yeah, and as for Marco Polo, they'll probably do a reconstruction for the Season 1 box set, unless it's been announced that there will be an animation on its way in 2024, in which case it might be delayed till then, and then these upcoming ones might be moved forward a little bit, or it's already been done by then. But if there's no Marco Polo coming, Season 1, November-December 2023, with a reconstruction of Marco Polo. And speaking of further 60 seasons, moving on to 2024, and the first release of 2024, and the 21st release overall, being released in February or March of the year, would be the 2nd Doctor's third and final season, Season 6. Now, out of all of the 60 seasons, Seasons 2 and 6 are the most complete in terms of surviving episodes. Season 2 only has 2 missing episodes, and Season 6 only has 7 missing episodes, 2 of which have been animated, those being the Invasion's 2 missing episodes. However, the remaining 5 missing episodes of the season are for the Space Pirates, which is, when I was talking about Season 5, isn't a fan favourite story, which is why I think Win in Space will be preceding the Space Pirates in terms of the reanimated episodes. I think Space Pirates might even be the last Patrick Troughton story to be animated, even if that means Season 6 is going to be incomplete for a bit longer. But I think Space Pirates is going to be the last one, or the penultimate 2nd Doctor animated or part animated story, because it isn't very fondly remembered. That is why I'm putting Season 6 here at the start of 2024, because they might actually get around to doing it in 2022 or 2023, and it will be released after Season 1. But that's why I put season 5 as the first second Doctor season to be released, because it's more likely they'll get season 5 done instead of season 6. Now, the season box sets are completely different to the animated stories, but I would suspect that they would hold off the 60 seasons as long as possible to see what the animation teams are doing, what stories they're going to do, and see if they can align their box sets along with them so they can get as many of the animated stories in the box sets as possible. And if they animate stories later on that have already featured in the collection box sets, then that's, oh well, too bad, I guess. So I think they're going to wait and see which ones are going to come out so they can stagger the 60s box sets to accommodate for that. That's why I said Marco Polo, if it was to be animated in 2024, they might actually delay season 1, even though otherwise season 1 should stay exactly where it is. So that's 3 1960 seasons done, 3 more to go. But before we get to the next one, let's finish the 1970 seasons. By the way, all of the 80 seasons have been complete as of either season 25, or if it had to be moved early, season 21 or season 22, whichever one would be released in the middle of 2023. So let's wrap up the 1970 seasons with our final third and fourth Doctor box sets. So with the second box set of 2024 and the 22nd overall would be the third Doctor's third season, season 9, which would be the last of the difficult to restore seasons. And as season 7 was a very popular one, like I mentioned, this one would probably be last due to 11 being easier to restore and 7 being more popular, so 9 would be the last one to come out due to its more difficulty to restore and not being as popular as season 7. That's why I think season 9 would be released in 2024, and specifically May or June, and season 6 would be February or March. The third box set of the year and the 23rd overall would be the final fourth Doctor box set, season 15, which is the fourth Doctor's fourth season, which will be released in August or September. As I mentioned, 13 is the most popular of the 4 remaining fourth Doctor box sets to come out, and I think because of the rumours of 17, that would be an earlier release depending on filming in Paris, and 16 has a ongoing story arc, much akin to Trial of a Time Lord, and they might want to follow on the success of that one quicker than later, so I think season 15 would be the last one of the fourth Doctor's box sets to be released. Season 17 also has Sharda, which has already been part animated and has a couple of versions they may want to include and release quickly. So I think season 15 would be last. The fourth and final release of 2024 and the 24th overall, being released in November or December, would be season 2, which is the second first Doctor season. And again, it would be the 60th anniversary of this season beginning in, well, technically October, but in October, November, December, it'd be the 60th anniversary of this season's first couple of episodes. So I think this would be a good time to release that season. And as I mentioned with season 6, it is the most complete 60 season, only 2 missing episodes, but those 2 missing episodes are the Crusade episodes 2 and 4, which are difficult to animate, so it's likely that if they are going to do that, it will come at a later date. If not, then it will have to have a reconstruction. We now move on into 2025, which I believe would be the last year to have the collection box sets released, and if you've been keeping score, there's only 2 more to be released, seasons 3 and 4. The first of the 2 releases to be released in 2025, if overall, would be Season 4, which would come out sometime between February and June. For 2025, there isn't really a specific time for these 2 to come out. They could come out any time in 2025 because there's only the 2 of them, and they are the 2 hardest seasons to complete. So that's why they are the last 2. But Season 4 would come out first because that season is also almost done in terms of reanimated or reconstructed missing episodes. Granted, season 4 is the only season to not have a complete story with all of the surviving episodes. The closest is the 10th Planet with 3 episodes out of 4 surviving and only 1 missing episode. However, 6 of the 9 stories of this season have been completed with animation or reconstruction, so there is only 3 more stories left to complete via animation or reconstruction. As I already mentioned, the Highlanders had already been considered, but due to too much tartan, they've left it for a bit, and the Evil of the Daleks has been rumoured to be coming up next after the Web of Fear, episode 3. So there is the possibility of season 4 also getting done pretty soon. Even if the Space Pirates is the last second Doctor story to be animated, I still think season 6 would precede season 4 because they've got to start doing some William Hartnell ones. Smugglers would be an easy one to do due to not having too many characters or costumes or locations. It's a decently easy one, but it's also a pure historical. Same with Highlanders. So Not expected to sell as well, but then again, we Doctor Who fans will lap up any story that gets released. And the Smugglers will be one of the easier historical stories to do. There's also the possibility of animating episodes 1 and 4 of the Underwater Menace. I don't know if they do the entire story. I don't think it's worth it. I think it'll just be like Web of Fear episode 3, and they'll just animate the 2 missing episodes and just call it a day there. Just maybe a side project. If not, they might just do a better reconstruction, or rather a more complete reconstruction, I should say. So out of seasons 3 and 4, season 4 is definitely the easiest season to complete, as there are only 3 stories that need to have some sort of completion via animation or reconstruction. In the terms of animation, 4 if they decide to do the missing 2 episodes or the entire story of Underwater Menace as well. Now we come to the second and final release of 2025, and would be released sometime between July and November, and would be the 26th and final season to be released. The third season for the First Doctor, Season 3. Now, Season 3 is the season with the most missing episodes. I mean, there are some stories where it is complete through all of the surviving episodes, the Ark, the Gunfighters, and the War Machines, but out of the rest of the seasons, there aren't a huge number of surviving episodes. Episode 3 of Galaxy 4, 3 episodes of the Daleks Master Plan, and 2, 5, and 10 to be precise, and episode 4 of the Celestial Toymaker. But that's it. Either season 3 or season 4 have the most number of missing episodes of those seasons. Season 3 is probably the most incomplete season, thanks to now, even if season 4 might have some more missing episodes. I think season 3 has more missing episodes though. But season 4 has more stories completed thanks to animation and reconstruction. So that's why I think season 3 is going to be last, because there's quite a lot to do. Some of them will be difficult to animate, so they might just have to do reconstructions for those. And once they can animate, it might take some time. Master Plan will probably be animated because it's a massive story and a fondly remembered one. So they'll probably animate all 12 episodes of that. 13 if you include Mission to the Unknown. The production of Master Plan would be the production of 2 other stories from the Hartnell-Troughton era combined. And not to mention Mission to the Unknown as a maybe as a bonus or as an extra. So that one would be a mammoth one to do. I could see that one being done for 2024, 2025. Again, for its 60th anniversary for the latter year. And again, that would then lead season 3 into being released towards the end of 2025. But yeah, season 3 is going to be a massive, massive season to complete. Although that's all 26 seasons covered, there's also the possibility of some sort of release for the 8th Doctor, either a box set covering the Wilderness years, or something specifically for the 8th Doctor. As Alex Patterson theorised in his first schedule prediction list from April 2019, that there might be something for the 8th Doctor that would include some of his audios, maybe some PDFs of his books, some comics, alongside the TV movie and The Night of the Doctor. However, if there is not a collection box set for the 8th Doctor or for the Wilderness years, then it's possible that the TV movie might get a Steelbook Blu-ray release like Spearhead from Space did, and would maybe have artwork along the lines of the new series Steelbooks. That, or it will have a Blu-ray with a collection-style sleeve case, maybe, or a re-release with a collection-style sleeve case. But yeah, I think the most likely will be a steelbook for the TV movie Blu-ray. Anyway, that's it for my predictions of the future of the collection Blu-ray box sets. Comment down below your predictions. I would love to hear what your ones are. Maybe we can even discuss a couple in a future video. As well as also comment down whether you think there'll be a Wilderness Years or 8th Doctor box set down. Personally, I think it's possible, but it's also possible we'll have a steelbook release of the movie Blu-ray, or there'll be a new DVD and Blu-ray release for the TV movie for the 25th anniversary. Maybe it would have some extras aligned with the collection if it does, which would actually be really cool, actually. And there might be a steelbook release alongside that. But yeah, comment down below your predictions for the future of the collection Blu-rays. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. I do hope if anybody's making any snowmen, those snowmen won't be coming to life and trying to eat the people who made them.